Everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be starting a new what if Goku Black got the wrong body. Um but I know it's been a while. It only has been so long because I moved and some more stuff. I'll be making a small explanation video about that later on. But yeah, a bunch of small stuff happened. Anyway, that's not for me to talk about in this right now. Let's just get right into it. Everybody, and this is how we're going to start this one off, right? So, we're going to say that in this variation, because there are different multiverses, they already kind of established that, even though they really didn't in the Dragon Ball universe, that there are different multiverses, right? Right. So, we're going to say that this is like one of those GT level alternate timelines, right? Just completely canon but not canon, right? Right. And this is what I mean by that. So in one of these alternate universes, there's a Zamasu, right? And this Zamasu by himself collected like the one that transforms into Goku Black, right? Or yeah, the one that moves his consciousness into Goku, right? Right. So this one in this universe, so we're gonna say that the super Dragon Balls, he's a dick, right? We're just gonna say that outright. Last time I'm gonna say it. I'm sorry, YouTube, but he's just not that guy. And what I mean by that is majority of the wishes in this timeline, majority of the wishes that he has ever granted has either went terribly wrong or mildly okay. Right? Right, right. Okay, okay. Now, with that being stated, he collects the Dragon Balls and wishes to go into the. I don't even know how to properly say it. Like the the best current version, like the strongest version of Goku's like body, right? Now, when he says it, the dragon is like you got to remember this is a dragon that likes to troll. So he's like strongest version of Goku's body. Well, technically speaking, if Goku transformed into a great ape, he is the strongest version of his own body. So the strongest version of Goku's body would be with the tail. So basically, what happens is Zamasu wakes up in Goku's body, but he wakes up with in Goku's body, and he has tiny hands, and he has this throbbing headache, and he turns and he looks and he sees this old ass man, and he's like, "Who are you?" And Grandpa Gohan turns around and was like, "Ah, you're awake. You took a nasty spill there." Anyway, yeah, so that's basically how that happened. So Zamasu is like fucking panicking because there's no way I'm in this kid. But he's like, "Well, this has to be Goku's strongest form, so I'm just going to," right? And he senses that his key is here too. It's just not a lot. Like, it's nowhere near enough to be even considered his own key, right? So then he starts training with Grandpa Gohan says, in a few hours we're gonna start training again, considering the fact that that's one of the only things you like about me, right? Right. So Zamasu, he's still like kind of trying to like come to this realization, like, I just got did dirty by this fucking dragon. Like, they told me not to do this, like, and I did it anyway. I killed them all and did it anyway, and and now I'm reaping my benefits, right? So he's like thinking like, I just should have left it alone. But he tried to go like he's like, anyway, I might as well keep playing the role, because in his mind he's like, there's clearly somebody, like, this either is Goku's strongest variation or this isn't. Either way it go, this is not looking good. So he goes outside and he starts training with Grandpa Gohan, despite him just waking up out of this headache. And during this sparring match, Grandpa Gohan notices that Goku Zamasu has started fighting differently, just differently in time. Like he's more precise, he's more accurate. And then like during like one of his moves of him like just analyzing his attacks, he notices, oh, he's trying to kill me. Right? Right? Like he just comes to that whole realization, like, this man is really trying to do me like that. right? So Zamasu, as they're in the middle of the fight, Goku, like Gohan, is like, okay, bet. So he like just completely does like go grab like Zamasu dirty. Like he throws him on the ground and like gets on him, basically ending the fight. And Zamasu was like, ain't no way this is Goku's strongest form. What? I wouldn't even say he said put me in Goku's strongest form. He just said he wanted to trade bodies with Goku, but he never said what type. If that makes more sense. That sounds more logical than me saying put him in Goku's strongest form and then him putting him in the baby in the little kid version of Goku. So yeah, we're gonna say instead of saying the strongest form, he put him in. He just said he wanted to switch bodies with Goku, and the tree was not the tree. The dragon was just being a dick. Anyway, um, so yeah, he gets put on the ground. Zamasu feels like he's been betrayed. Like he hates the tree. Like he hates the dragon. He hates the god that made the dragon. At this point, it's not even more or less look. It's not even looking like he hates mortals. It's more or less looking like it sound like in his head he hates gods, and he's going through like this whole mental life crisis for like 3 4 weeks because the only thing that he's been doing is training with Grandpa Gohan, losing, getting slightly stronger, and then losing again. Right? Right. So after like 2 more weeks of that, and him going through this mental life crisis of him coming to the realization that he may just hate all gods, um, Chi Chi comes along, and Chi Chi gets to talking about the Dragon Ball, and it clicks inside of Zamasu's head. Dragon Ball here? How? So he goes and he asks his grandpa Gohan what is a Dragon Ball, and since by the way, Grandpa Gohan never got killed by Gohan, not Gohan, Goku Zamasu transforming into the Great Ape because Zamasu was smart enough to know that the Saiyan biology, he doesn't know a lot, but he knows that the tail in the Saiyan ape transformation is one of those things that you kind of necessarily have to avoid. Right, right. Because he's smart and he does have the mindset of a god, but all that Saiyan raw power, he's not ready for that. He's still a kid. Anyway, so as Zamasu's asking him like all these questions, Roshi, not Roshi, Gohan takes this like this is the first time he realized that Goku is actually like genuinely interested in something. Like he's actually excited. So he gets the idea and he's like, "Well, hey, why don't you go with her? She's collecting the Dragon Balls." And Goku stops and he looks at the girl like he barely noticed she was there and is like, why are you letting her collect the Dragon Balls? Like he gets mad because in his mind the only human that he's cool with is Grandpa Gohan. Specifically because Grandpa Gohan was the only person he's been talking to for damn near about 2 months now. Right? Right. So then he goes and he finally ends up agreeing after arguing with Grandpa Gohan for like almost up to an hour about not wanting to go with the little girl. But then Grandpa Gohan said if you could beat me in a fight, you don't have to go. He didn't beat him in a fight, so he had to go. So as they're leaving, Grandpa Gohan tells him that you're a martial artist and you got to keep the little girl safe. Woo woo. So Grandpa Gohan is basically because he can see the anger and the disdain that um Grandpa like that Goku has for like just like the humans what he see it as because Goku is an alien. So he's assuming that Goku as a baby kind of knows where he comes from and just holds genuine disdain for everybody on the planet because he's here. Meanwhile, it's just Zamasu being a spiteful person. um Anyway, so he goes and he ends up meeting almost every other person that he was supposed to meet in canon. He ends up having his fight with Tien. When he meets Yamcha, he doesn't they come like he comes to the realization that Yamcha is afraid of women, but he doesn't necessarily care. So when they actually fight, he like when Yamcha gets scared, Yamcha loses an arm, is what I'm trying to tell y'all. He gets into the fight, ends up noticing Boma in the middle of their fight, loses his focus on the fight, and Goku in that instance chops off his arm wholeheartedly. Yamcha's armless now. Anyway, so underneath that instance, Yamcha is walking around with one arm and like, yeah, we're gonna get that boy some plot development, some character. Put that boy some seasoning. Anyway, I'm so sorry. I don't know where that just came from. Um, we gonna put yeah, okay. So after that, they end up coming across the last few Dragon Balls, which I want to say were held by the Red Ribbon Army at the time. So during this process, Goku and them are like walking through like all the little small Red Ribbon Army on occupied land, and Goku went from seeing lush forests and great massive rivers and canyons that were filled with lush vegetation to the Red Ribbon Army's locations where it was almost poverty and destruction almost around every other corner. So now every other person in the group is starting to realize the slight changes in Goku, because where they call him Goku, the only he doesn't necessarily respond to it. He only responds to it because they call him Goku so many times. Um, that's gonna change in like a few minutes, but you know that's it. So he ends up coming across like some Red Ribbon Army people because they, of course, have, I want to say, the latest. They tried to make a version of the Dragon Ball Scouter, which ended up leading them directly to Goku and them. So Goku already is like being directly faced with the people who are basically people that he would hate like directly. He would want nothing to do with them, even if this was still a Zamasu who still hated all humanity. Like even if he didn't not just even if he didn't just mess with Grandpa Gohan and maybe Boma and them now because they've been with him for so long. This is still right. So they're talking to him like, "Oh, you gotta come with us. Y'all got the Dragon Balls. Or y'all just gonna give them to us." And like Boma is like trying to talk to them like, "Yeah, we got a real tough fighter over here. His name Goku, and Goku's strong and Goku's strong." And as she's like arguing with the Red Ribbon Army, Goku just like erupts in like pink aura, like on the like how you see on the screen, and like yells like, "My name is not Goku." He like blows like almost every like he like flies into the air and just starts like blowing everything up. Like he angles his hands straight out and just starts firing key blasts at everything. And like by the time he's done, almost the entire small Red Ribbon Army that was sent out to collect the rest of the Dragon Balls was reduced to rubble. And Chi Chi, like, scared because she knows that Goku is an Earthborn name. So she knows that what they've been calling him, if he's this mad, like who knows what he'll do next. So she turns around all shaking and shit, and anybody that can really sense ki, so like Yamcha was able to sense ki at this period of time, Krillin was able to sense ki, every other person, all of them were able to sense ki to a certain degree. So they looking back at Goku and Krillin, like he's slightly asked, because he's like closer to Goku than anybody else, because outside of Grandpa Gohan, Krillin would be um Zamasu's punching bag. Wholeheartedly, that's exactly what that sounds like. It sounds like Zamasu wanted to train, he couldn't find nobody to train with. Krillin wanted to get stronger. Goku said okay, and they started scrapping. But you gotta remember, Zamasu holds disdain for humanity and all mortals. So when they fight and train, it's not like he's fighting and training to teach him. He's fighting and training. He's fighting Krillin to relieve stress. So when I mean to tell you he's Zamasu's punching bag, I mean that wholeheartedly. So that's the only reason why Krillin has the strength to talk to Zamasu, because he knows, oh, Zamasu not gonna kill me. He might fuck me up. He not gonna make it to where I can't walk or nothing like that. Like I'm gonna have some bruises. Cause he didn't did it to me before. That's the type of relationship they got right now. Cause like Zamasu's still on that. Oh, I don't like none of y'all. Anyway, so Krillin like asks him like, so what's your name? And Goku like he fly like he start coming back down to the ground, and he like, my name is Zamasu. And Krillin was like, okay, okay. Anyway, so like they're like trying to calm down, like they're trying to like all come to the realization that Goku just wiped out like a decent like 100 some odd people. So Goku, like while they're trying to calm down, Goku looks at Boma and was like, Boma, and she looks up and looks at him, and he's like, where's the rest of the Red Ribbon Army? And she's like, what, huh? And he gets mad and like just like starts spazzing like, I did not stutter, I said my words clearly. Where is the rest of the Red Ribbon Army? And like she points off in a general direction. Like I think their main base of operation is off in that direction, because my dad's like, Capsule Corp is off in that direction. So Goku was like, okay, so we're gonna start heading that way. And this is where I'm gonna end this part off. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like. If you enjoyed my content, please subscribe. Anyway, this has been Shinobi. Peace.